Hey fellow readers, Bookworm here, and welcome back. First off, let me say ignore my face. I popped a couple zits and they had scabbed over, and yeah, the scabs came off, so my face kind of looks gross right here. Ignore it. But today's video is going to be June's TBR. Now I'm doing 2 readathons this month. I originally was going to do 3, but I had to drop one of them because it's just so many books, and yeah, so we're going to be doing June's readathon. Now, I do have a couple books that I'm reading that are going to be on my Kindle. I do have, I think, quite a few audiobooks. So, yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Alright guys, so like I said, today's video is going to be June's TBR. So I'm doing 2 readathons. The 2 readathons I'm doing this month are the third round of the House Cup-a-thon. For you guys don't know what that is, it's kind of a Harry Potter based readathon. You have a bunch of prompts. This round we're on book 2, which is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Cat, please do not jump up here in my... Sorry guys. My cat just said jump up and look so he could look out the window. But it's kind of a Harry Potter based readathon. You're sorted into you had to choose which house you want to be sorted into, and then depending on by how many pages the book is, depends on how many points you get and that sort of thing. If you guys are interested in it, go look up the House Cup-a-thon. It's on Discord. It's also on we have like a Discord group. That's kind of where it all takes place. And then there's an Instagram for it, as well as all the hosts of it. So like all the prefects have their own booktube channel that most of them have their own booktube channel. They kind of do an announcement video on it. So make sure to go check that out. That was weird. Something just fell. And then I'm also doing Sephra Sempra's self-care readathon this month. So a lot of my books either are used as double prompts on the House Cup-a-thon because we can double up on prompts, or I have one that maybe uses a House Cup-a-thon prompt and a Sephra Sempra, or Sephra Sempra, I think that's her name, self-care readathon. So you may see books pop up twice. So yes, so the first few prompts are going to be the first 13 prompts are going to be for the House Cup-a-thon. So the first 2, you have Tom Riddle's Diary, read a book with an author with a pen name, and then the book that says Dobby, read a book with a lovable side character. For this one, I am going to be using City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. For you guys that didn't know, yes, Cassandra Clare is a pen name. I can't tell you her real name off the top of my head, but Cassandra Clare is not her real name. It is a pen name. So that works for that one. For Dobby, read a book with a memorable side character. I just feel like there's so many memorable side characters in this series, and yeah, throughout the same series, you've got Simon, you've got Chase, you've got Isabel. Yeah, they're main side characters, but they're still considered side characters. So it's that book. Next, we have The Flying Car. Read a book with a journey in it that involves a journey. So for this one, if it will actually, hold on, let me go to all. Actually, guys, I might have to be right back because I don't think it's going to show. I'll be right back. I've got to go see if it's actually sending. So for this one, I'm using a book from Libby, which is a library, a virtual library that connects to your library. As long as you have a library card, you can put in your library card number and a password or whatever, and it'll log you in, and you can borrow books from around your area. So I'm gonna go make sure that it's actually sending it to my Kindle. So I'll be right back. Guys, for some reason it just wasn't showing on my Kindle, so I realized that I had to go into the Libby app and hit read with Kindle and then go add to library. So for read a book with a journey in it, I'm using Looking for Alaska by John Green. I love this author. I love John Green. So this is going to be the cover. This one right here. Like I said, I love John Green, so I'm really super excited for that one. The next one is The Howler, a book that a character has to face a consequence. And for this one, I'm going to finish up Bruce Singer by Christopher Plony, which is the third book in the Inheritance series. So I'm really excited to like actually finish that book this month because I know I'm going to be able to finish it this month. Next is The Burrow. Read a cozy read. Read a cozy book. So for this one, I gotta get down here. Hold on, guys. Sorry, hold on. For this one, I'm doing Unconditional by Holly J. Wood. Now, this is the second book in the Invaluable trilogy. I read the first book last month. I'm hoping that next month I can get to Sensational, which is the third and final book in the trilogy. I'm really super excited for this book. I love the first book. Gave the first book 5 stars. I really wish I owned the first book because there's a lot of people that I want to read this trilogy. So it's nice to have the second book. That way when they can actually borrow from me. Next prompt is, so prompt number 6 is Lockhart. Read a book with a love interest everyone loves. I'm also using Unconditional by Holly J. Wood for this one. This is the second prompt that I'm using this book for in the House Cup Thumb. Everybody loves Jason. Like, I feel like everybody would love Jason in this book. He's just a really memorable side character. He's probably going to be vaguely mentioned in this book just because of something at the end of the first book that goes on. So, yeah. Next is Dino in the Garden. Read a book you are thinking of unhauling. So I actually have this book for a different one because I totally I'll explain in a minute. So for this one, I'm doing The Leftover Club. It is on my Kindle. The only reason why I'm thinking about unhauling this book is because of the other prompt I'm using this for. Like, I totally forgot that I had this book. That, one of the prompts for this book, for the House Cup-a-thon is Death Day Party, a book I forgot I owned. So we're going to do The Leftover Club for that one, and then Dino in the Garden, because I am thinking about unhauling it, because I don't really know what it's about. And, yeah. Next, we have Read a Book with Romping Willow. Read a book with a tree on the cover. For this one, we are going to do Imaginary Friend, and it's by, can't tell who it's by, but Imaginary Friend is this bottom corner one right here. It's gonna be an easy read, so I feel like I'll be able to get through fast. Next, we have Mandrake. Read a book. Mandrake, protect your ears. Listen to an audiobook. For this one, we're going to use Bruce Singer as well. I probably will read some of it on my Kindle. It doesn't all have to be on my audiobook, all an audiobook. If I end up reading most of it on Kindle, I will switch that to Hunger Games, or switch it and use a different book for it. Next, we have Follow the Spiders. Read a hyped book. For this one, we are doing the Hunger Games. This is an audiobook. I don't know if it's a copy of this book or a book on the Kindle. So we're going to be using that. You'll see this one pop up in a second. Fox, give a book a second chance. So that one, we're going to use Hunger Games. I read the first Hunger Games book a long time ago, back when it was super hyped. It had just barely come out, and everybody was fussing about it. And I was it's not really my thing. And I promised a friend of mine that I was never going to read or watch the Hunger Games, but my husband wants me to give it a second try, so I'm going to do it. Also, there's a new book for the series out, and he really wants me to read it. So, yeah. We're going to give it a second chance. Next is Petrified. Read a book you are scared to read. I don't have one down for this one, so I think I'm just going to fill this one in, if I get the chance. Hold on, guys. My cat wants out. Let me go let him out really fast. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So, like I said, I'll probably just find a book that, if I have time work on it, or if I find a book that, you know, is kind of scaring me while I'm reading, I'll go with it. I already gave you guys Death Day. Next is the prompts for the self-care readathon. So first is read a book that makes you happy. So for this one, I'm doing unconditional because it makes you happy or gives you a bubbly feeling. This one I'm doing unconditional just because I loved the first book, and I feel like this book is going to make me really happy too, because I kind of, just reading the synopsis, like, just when Eliza thought she had her future planned out, her heart is thrown a major curveball. With Luke 2 months away from returning home, she meets Sawyer, who makes her question which path will lead to her happily ever after. Relying on help from her unusual dreams, Eliza must make a choice that will affect her future forever. So how will she know which path is right? So, yeah. I guess his name's Luke. No, sorry, not Jason. Luke. So yeah, like, it, just because this is kind of like what I wanted my life to be when I was younger, so it makes me happy. Prompt number 2 is read a book at the place you feel safe. So for this one, it's just going to be anywhere with my Kindle I feel safe. So for this one, like, in my room, I pretty much feel safe. So for this one, we're going to do Bruce Singer. So I showed you guys that one already. And then next we have read a book you'll thoroughly enjoy. For this one, we are doing Stain. Can't tell you what's by off the top of my head. I'm using it as an audiobook on Libby. So there's that one. Next is read a book while enjoying a snack or drink. This one I'm going to do Grace and Fairy. I'll probably do hot chocolate with this. I'm also doing a buddy read this with Grace and Fairy with a friend of mine on Discord. And so that'll be really fun. I'm just trying to figure out how many pages like we want to read each day so we can get through it in the month. So yeah. Next is read a book that gives me, I guess read a book that makes you happy is different. Read a book that gives you a bubbly feeling. For this one, we're doing Looking for Alaska, just because I feel like it'll give me a bubbly feeling. I haven't read it before, but I feel like it will. Read a book, cuddling. So cuddling, that's with a pet, with an animal. I might do it with my husband. This one, we're doing City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. And then read a book with my favorite color on the cover. I can't think of a book that has my favorite color on the cover at the moment that's not part of a series, or that's not the first book in a series. And I really don't want to start like another series because you guys know this. I'm still working on City of Fallen Angels. I'm only on book 4. There's 6 books in the series. I'm working on the Invaluable trilogy. I'm on the 2nd book, so I mean it's not that bad. And then I'm also working on the Inheritance series, which has 6 books in it, or 5 books in it. 6 technically if you count the like little like short stories that I'm gonna listen to. But that's not super long. So I don't really want to start another series. And all the other books I can think of have or they're either, like I said, either starting a new series, or they're in the middle of a series, or it'd be rereading a book I've already read. Actually, I'm curious really fast. Does it have my favorite color in the cover? Does not. Okay. Just curious. I don't think either one of these. That's part of the series. I guess I can count that because it's kind of... Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Right, sorry, guys. I knocked a couple books off, and while picking them up, I noticed that I have a book that actually has my color. So for this one, we're going to go with Wink Poppy Midnight by April Guinevere Tochkolo. This is also kind of a book that kind of slightly intimidates me, just because she's an author that it's a little different. She also writes the Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, Between the Spark and the Burn, and then Slasher Girls and Monster Boys, which I've heard about but have never really picked up. So yeah, I feel like we're gonna go with this one for a book with my favorite color in it. So my favorite color is green, and as you can see, there's a green snake. There's a couple green vines down here. It's got a bunch of favorite colors on it. So we're gonna go with that one. A hero, a villain, a liar, who's who. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. I feel like I could also use this book. Like I said, use this book for Petrified. Read a book you're scared to read. I feel like I'm just scared to read this one just because I think I just realized another prompt this one will work for the House Cup-a-thon. But let me quickly go check. I'll be right back. Okay, so I was right. Yes, there's one more book there's one more prompt this will fit. This will also fit for the basilisk prompt for the House Cup-a-thon, which is read a book with a snake on the cover. I totally forgot that this book has a snake on the cover, so this will work perfectly. So I'll have to add this to the list. So yeah, that is going to be June's TBR. I already did the wrap up, so if you guys haven't seen that, I already did May's wrap up, so if you see that, make sure to check it out, as well as May's book haul, because I actually don't think I pulled any books off my shelf that came in May's book haul, but definitely go check that out. I will keep you guys updated on the buddy read, stuff like that, and keep you guys updated as much as I can, as much as I remember. And you guys will be like, well, what about a punishment? You're right. I'm not going to be able to finish everything this month. So, without further ado, you guys are probably wondering, well, what about Scarlet? I know you were still reading that. I'm actually going to put the Lunar Chronicles on hold right now and get to that eventually again. So I'm going to return Scarlet to the library, and then we'll go from there. And yeah, I might actually also go to my local library and actually check out Looking for Alaska, and that way maybe I can return it since there's a hold on the Kindle version, and actually get the physical copy of the book. That way I feel like I have more physical copies, and yeah. I don't think I'm going to finish Eleanor Park this month, so I am going to try and finish that up next month, so that'll probably be just as a normal book. Ooh, actually, I think I have a prompt or a punishment that I can put in here, and if I don't pull one that I can actually use, I'll use that new punishment that I just thought of. Let's see. One extra no, we're not doing that. I already have too many books on my TBR this month. We have least anticipated book on last month's TBR. I didn't really have least anticipated. There were just ones I couldn't get to. A book I'm not looking forward to reading. Not really. I feel like a book I'm not looking forward to reading. I know I only have 2 prompts in here, but why am I pulling the same ones? The book I DNF'd. Yeah, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna add this prompt or this punishment eventually. I'm not gonna add it right now because I don't have the time. So I've got to get other stuff done. But we're gonna go with for the punishment. We're gonna go with finish the book that I was the closest to being finished with. That kind of adds a little bit more to my TBR. So I think that one I'm probably gonna pull. I don't have it over here. It's in my purse currently, but we're gonna do Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell just because really that's the book that I'm the closest being done with, and I really want to finish it. So that is June's TBR. If you guys are reading any of these books, let me know and comment down below which ones, and maybe I can do another buddy read because that'd be really fun. So yeah, until next time, read on, readers.